House shopping is like dating. It becomes overwhelming, and you decide to settle to ease the pain of the constant selection of choices. I've been looking at either a home base or even an RV as my next step because I am at the point where I want to do something different. But there's options, but there's nothing really that stands out to me that says this is like a no-brainer. I guess that's very rare in life where you find something that it totally makes sense. There's limited downside, and there's it's just a easy selection because things are just in your favor and the risk-reward ratio makes sense. But I think to myself, as I was just driving around looking at another possible home base, a single family house I really don't want. A condo I really don't want. I guess if I had to choose between a single family house and a condo, in one sense I said, well, maybe if I find a single family house that's a small little quaint older house, I would like to find something around 500 square foot. In Florida, they have some older homes that are that small square foot, almost like tiny homes. But they're not easy to find, and they do require some maintenance, lawn maintenance, property maintenance, etc. So I'm not a maintenance guy. I don't think I really want to go back into the condo thing. And the RV thing still attracts me because I like the idea of being on wheels. The negative with the RV thing is that it depreciates in value versus a home that'll appreciate. And you still have to park mainly in campgrounds. And so you're living in campgrounds and RV parks. So I'm saying all that to say, these are some of my selections. Now, on your journey, you may just be faced with home selection. Maybe you want a condo. Maybe you want a single family home. Maybe you want to buy a duplex. What? I don't know. I don't know what you want out of life, right? But the choices, whatever they are for you, become overwhelming over a period of time. Initially, the idea of all these choices is very exciting. Just like initially, you go on the dating scene if you haven't been dating in a while, and it's exciting to have your choices of new people. And I often ask myself, why would someone settle with someone they're really not in love with? Maybe they just know from high school or growing up or whatever. And I've come up with the answer. The reason why people end up marrying or settling down with someone they're really not passionately in love with, or it really doesn't click, is because they're just tired of being on the dating scene. They want to settle. They want a routine. And people buy a house and they settle because, like me, they're tired of being on the road, or tired of being in limbo, tired of Airbnb. And even if it's not the perfect house, fuck it, I don't want to feel this pain anymore. I want to be settled. Humans have a need to settle into a routine. We're creatures of habit, not creatures of adaptation. Very rare that you find someone who can adapt well. I've been blessed in certain ways. I would say I have a level of good adaptation. And that's what has allowed me to endure on the road so long without a home base. And, it's an interesting thing. You learn a lot about human nature on your journey, probably one of the most important lessons. Never listen to people who go to school for another degree only to hide the fact that they don't want to work. Okay. And guys, look, I'm not saying all people are like that. I had a good friend that he worked his whole life and he went back to school for another degree, and he's a stand-up guy. But what I found in life is that some people like to just hide in the books and avoid the reality of real life. How does that apply to the message of just settling? Well, I think people are trying to avoid the pain of life. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because I try to avoid pain through minimalism. And, minimalism, though, doesn't alleviate all pain. And I'm a little bit now, I'm beyond minimalism. I would say extreme minimalist, living out of my car out of one bag and looking for a home. Some things I'm just window shopping. I'm just using for content to share videos about homes in Florida, about my journey. Some things I have serious interest in. It's going to be very hard for me to mentally to commit to anything because I've learned how to do without. And why should I add something if I could do without it? And the only reason would be is because the benefit would outweigh the con. However, it's very hard to find something like that, man. It's very hard. But it's very hard to stay indecisive. I think most people are indecisive. I wouldn't consider myself indecisive. I would say very decisive. When I know it's time, I make a decision. But like as far as like buying a house or settling down, I know I'm ready to do something different. But again, for me, it's not like I need to. It's just that I want to evolve. But I want it to be right because I didn't sell my house. I didn't move from Florida. I didn't move from New Jersey to Florida so that I could live an average life, and I don't mean average as far as like financial per se, right? Because I'm looking at homes in a middle class neighborhood. I'm just saying as far as like the drudgery of life. You live in a house that you're not really happy with a person that you're not really inspired by. You drive a Camry. You drive something that's just fucking blah. It's like your whole life. But it alleviates some of the pain of having to choose. So you're a settler. Okay. I don't want to live that life, man. I want to be inspired, man. I want to be passionate about, whatever it is I'm doing, to a certain extent. Now, I know life is a little bit of dookie, so I don't try to like act like I'm going to be inspired every minute of the day. But, I don't know. I'm trying to talk this out so it may help you in some way. And what I can tell you is, this is an issue that you're going to be faced with in life. Do you settle to relieve some pain of having all these choices and being tired of being in limbo? Or do you persevere past the pain and wait for the perfect thing? There is no perfect thing, so I don't know if I don't know if you're just your whole life will be in limbo. And then it goes back to just enjoy the journey because it's, I don't know, in one sense, even though I'm very fortunate, and I remember that because I know a lot of people have it less. In one sense, though, I don't know, is life just a big game, man? Sometimes that gets me a little bit bitter and negative. But I don't want to go down that road. I could say a lot of but I just try to persevere, try to stay as positive as I can. But I understand why people go down a negative road because life could be bitter, it really could. But what I would share with you is, look, I don't know, I'm bringing it up for talk. I really don't want to know about anyone else's thing either. I don't want to read the comments, guys. I don't want to read the comments. I don't want to know about you being indecisive. This is just for me to talk out. And why don't I shut off the comment section? They say it helps your algorithm more comments, but if I keep blocking people, the algorithm don't like me. I don't know. My channel grows, but it's a miracle. Because in one sense, guys, if YouTube didn't pay any money, man, I'm so ready to shut YouTube down too. But I've worked so hard to get it going to produce some side income. And I do enjoy, sharing videos, whether they're of RVs, how homes, traveling, or my thoughts. But I also am fucking annoyed by all the people with fucking horrible mental health that are little children and that are just assholes that like their own comments and they're just like, give me a break, man. What a disaster. That's a total disaster. But what are you going to do? It's like, do you settle? Do you just say, fuck it, shut my channel down, just settle for being, someone who consumes YouTube and doesn't get compensated by it? I don't know, man. Life's just, I don't know, man. Life's a toilet bowl flush. You're trying to figure out, are you going to need the plunger for this load of shit? Or is it going to go right down with one flush? And that's all I can tell you in this video, okay? So if these videos help you, click that blue join button, please. Help me to get financially compensated for being a YouTube creator. What a disaster, man. Thank you for watching. Check out my playlist. I'll see you next one. Peace.